NFL veterans begin reporting for training camp today. It's the start of a season that concludes next February with Super Bowl 49 in Arizona.
But while it should be getting ready for kickoff, the league is facing controversy on several fronts. And for more on that, we're joined by Geoff Foster, sports editor for the Wall Street Journal. Good morning, Geoff.
Good morning.
And another one that's kind of flared up overnight involving former Minnesota Vikings punter Chris Kluwe. What's happening there?
Well, Chris Kluwe earlier this year had some allegations against the Vikings. He said that one of the coaches used a homophobic slur in the locker room. He also said that he was let go by the team because of his stance on same-sex marriage. And just yesterday, the Vikings announced that they suspended that coach, the special teams coordinator, for 3 games. This was based on an internal investigation into the matter. They didn't find anything in that investigation about the other issue, why he was released from the team. So he's planning to sue the team.
And he's not happy with the way they've responded.
Yeah, so he's going to sue the team. This is not going to go away for a long time, I don't think.
Well, from one lawsuit to the other, let's talk about the one involving prescription painkillers. A lot of the players now are alleging, former players are alleging, to keep them on the field, they were given prescription drugs. How serious is this one for the NFL?
Well, if the allegations are true in this lawsuit, this is the one that's brought up by Jim McMahon and Richard Dent, former stars of the Chicago Bears. And what they're saying basically is that it was just reckless in terms of how they were given painkillers while they were playing, and they were never really educated on the subject. They were never told about some of the side effects and some of the health risks. And these are addictive, highly powerful drugs. So the players are dealing with that sort of issue, addiction issues, and all sorts of long-term effects. And if it's true, it's a serious issue for the NFL.
And while the NFL has technically settled the concussion issue, it's not quite going away, because a lot of people seem to think the NFL got off easy here, even with what's the dollar amount, 700?
700. We don't really know how high it's going to be. They just recently uncapped it, so they can give as much as they want. It'll probably be around $700 million, but this is a league that makes $10 billion in revenue. So if you break it down, by 32 teams, it's not that much money. I think the issue there is also with how the payment is structured. If you have a serious disease based on your football days, like ALS or Alzheimer's, you're entitled to upwards of millions of dollars. But if you just have some of the day-to-day side effects of playing football and chronic head injuries, things like memory loss, anxiety, depression, you might not be entitled to any money. And a lot of the players are concerned about that.
Let's also talk about the naming scandal. We're still talking about the Redskins. They still haven't changed the name, even though this morning I read on CBS Sports, even the former owner's granddaughter is saying change the name. Will it happen?
It's not going to happen. Dan Snyder, the owner of the Redskins, does not want to change that name. He's adamant about that. But I think the only thing that's really going to make them change the name is if serious financial implications come into play. If a company like FedEx, who sponsors the Redskins field, it's FedEx Field, says, we're going to revoke that sponsorship until you change the name, or, they lose their trademark, which is currently in the appeals process. They lose merchandise. They start losing money. The league starts losing money. Then they might change the name, I think.
Geoff Foster from the Wall Street Journal, thank you.
Thank you.